Good morning, family. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here and you're seeing this channel for the first time, my good name is Haoma_KE, and welcome to another countryside vlog, another farming video, another family cooking video. So if you haven't liked this video yet, please just like the video and also drop your comment down below. If you do not have anything to say, you can just drop a love emoji, and I would really appreciate, because anytime you comment or like a video, YouTube will be able to recommend my video to so many people. So today we'll be doing some mulching for our strawberries. I will also be transplanting my cabbages, black nightshade, and some bell peppers to a bigger space. And I think in my next video I will show you guys how I control pests here, and because I want to really work on pest control here in our farm. So this is our local collard greens. It is a wild collard green because it just grows, especially if you buy some of these indigenous seeds in the market. You will always get one or two that vegetable. Here we call them sarat. I do not know the English name for that, so here we'll just call them sarat. We always combine sarat with spider plant, which is saga. Most of the time we combine the two, but you can also combine it with any other vegetable. So I am also uprooting some bell peppers, and I want to also plant them because I already planted the others yesterday. And because these small seedlings from vegetables love to be planted either very early in the morning or in the evening. So yesterday, after it had rained, I decided to plant these bell peppers here, and they are doing fine. And that is the good thing about planting your vegetables in the evening or very early in the morning. But the best time to plant your tiny seedling vegetables is in the evening, especially if it has after it has rained. That's what I always do after I've come from work. I just spare like 30 minutes and try and plant a few vegetables in the evening. We planted some strawberries here a while back, and they're doing okay. And strawberries really love to be mulched. If you want your strawberries to do really well, just mulch them so that when they start spreading, you'll be able to control them. Also, the fruits of the strawberries love to lie on top of a mulch, dry mulch, grass, or any other mulch that you have near your farm. So that's what we are doing today. We'll be mulching some strawberries and also some spinach, and I think also the spring onions will also mulch them because we have a lot of dry grass here. I wanted to use that grass to make some soil with them, but I decided, because it's still raining very much, a lot of rain, they will rot faster also in the farm, and there will be a benefit also to our soil. That is an easier way to improve your soil texture. And thank you so much to that subscriber that showed me how to harvest some spinach, because me, I'm used to harvesting spinach the same way I harvest my collard greens, and I was told if I harvest spinach like that, they are going to rot. And here we learn every day, especially in terms of farming. You may think you know something, but somebody else knows better than you, and that's when you learn from them. So thank you so much. I will keep that in mind when I do my next spinach harvest. And I don't know if I should intercrop also the strawberries with some spring onions or some bell peppers. I'm not sure, because strawberries tend to spread a lot, so I don't know if it will affect the spring onions, but I think I'll do it. I will do them tomorrow, intercropping it with either spring onions and some bell peppers. I think one or two in this garden, strawberry garden, and see how they will perform. Our carrots are doing fine. I've been doing some thinning so that they have some good spacing in them. And so they are really doing fine. And this is just how I remove weeds in my carrot. Very simple, very easy, because they are always very crowded. And it is an easier way to remove weeds from most of these crops that are crowded. Before I plant the cabbages and the black nightshade, so when I did that video of planting herbs in my garden, I had combined the lemon mint and the tropical mint in one area. So I decided, let me separate them and cage them, because lemon mint and as in all the mint, they tend to spread a lot, and that's why I've put them in one area and I've tried to contain them in one spot. So let me plant some bell peppers here. I'm trying to do a lot of intercropping, planting a lot of vegetables in one bed or in one area, and I think that will really help here in my garden. And so let me plant some bell peppers here, and then I will head on to plant the cabbages and also the black nightshade at the front part of the garden. So in farming, sometimes germination challenges is very common. So we had planted the eggplant and they didn't sprout or come out or germinate as I wanted. So we planted again and they are doing really well. Also the bulb onions, we had planted the other side. They had not germinated the way I wanted them to germinate. So this time round also, they have germinated well. And bulb onions really love well-drained soil. That's when they will germinate really well and do well. And also our garlic, they have also come out. The beauty about planting like the garlic, you'll use them in so many things. You can decide to pluck the leaves and cook, them cook using the garlic leaves and also the spring onions. That's the advantage. If they do not produce the garlic below, you can always use that for cooking, the leaves for cooking. When it rains, it is always to our advantage to get a lot of vegetables in the farm that have grown on their own, and also here it is very common to get mushroom. So I always harvest mushroom every single day. I have to get some mushroom in the farm, and so today I wanted to try some mushroom soup. So I will do that later on after I'm done with the farm. Let me plant you see the difference between planting your vegetables when there is a lot of sun and in the evening. The leaves have already dropped, so the only thing that I'm going to do is pour water immediately after I'm done planting. I will water them so that they remain fresh. If you do not do that, they will die off, because also the seedlings are very small and tiny. So let me harvest some spring onions. And the good thing about spring onions is always when you harvest, make sure you plant one so that you always maintain or have constant supply of spring onions. And I love spring onions in my food. I use spring onions majority of the time, and I rarely use the bulb onions, especially if I have to buy in the market. I just prefer just using spring onions, but sometimes I use the bulb onions when I'm cooking other foods, but majority of the foods, because I want to make some mushroom soup, I really want to have some natural taste in it, and spring onions is the best in that. Our corianders are really struggling, but I always do not miss one or two. But I want to also order some parsley so that it will be alternating between coriander and parsley. And because they do the same function, and parsley is something that I can harvest for a very long time before it dies off, so it is not like coriander. But when you pluck the leaves of coriander, they tend to stay longer in the farm other than uprooting. So we had lunch. After lunch, it rained a lot, and that is the disadvantage of heavy rains. But when you make some raised beds, you see the advantages of making some raised beds. You tend to let water pass through the lines, or it is very rare to have flooding in your farm when you have raised beds. You see, on top of the garden, everything is just fine. So our pomegranate this is the first fruit of the pomegranate. I hope it survives this time round, because the other time all the flowers fell off. I do not know the reason why. Maybe it was too early, or for it to start fruiting. And when it rains and it was very windy, it is very common for bananas to fall. But now this one, I'm not sure if it is mature, because this is a ripe banana, and I think I'm going to leave it here to stay for, I think, a week or two, until it turns a little bit yellow. That's when I'm going to harvest it. Let's make some mushroom soup, and first I think steam it for a few minutes, and then I'm going to remove it. And now after I think it has steamed for I think around 2 minutes or 5 minutes, 2 minutes. So I'm going to remove it and then now start frying the onions and the garlic. Mushroom soup is always the easiest soup to make. That's according to me, because the essence of mushroom soup is to have that mushroom taste in it. And that's why I don't think it's necessary to put a lot of spices in it. So I'm going to use the spring onions. I'm going to use the white part first, and then I'll put the green part of the spring onions later. And that's how I'm going to make my mushroom soup. You can also use the bulb onion and garlic. This is garlic, only two. I do not put ginger in my mushroom soup because ginger tends to overpower everything in your food. If you put ginger, it will overpower majority of your food, but garlic is the easiest spice to use. So this part, tomatoes are optional, but I'm using tomatoes because I do not have any broth. I do not have the beef broth or the chicken broth. So if you have the chicken broth or the beef broth, you can decide now to put your mushroom and then put your broth and then let it simmer for some time, and now you can decide to blend or just take it like that. So for me, I've put some tomatoes just to help me out in making some soup, and also some chili, not chili, also some black pepper. Black pepper is always mild. And now I'm going to add our mushroom, and then after it has boiled a little bit, I'm going to put some water. Yes, I'm going to put some little water, let it boil for some time, and then later on I'm going to separate the two. I'm going to half of it with the soup I'm going to blend. I always love the blending part of the mushroom because it helps in bringing out the taste of the mushroom, because now you'll be taking the soup with the blending, because you've seen I've divided it into half, and the other part, the blending part, I've taken majority of the soup from the pot so that I blend and get some mushroom soup in it. And just like that, I have some mushroom soup. You see how rich our soup will be. So for me, I do not add anything in. I do not add spices because I want to get that mushroom taste in my soup. So that's it. So let it simmer for some time, for around 5 minutes, and then put the fire off, and we'll have some tasty mushroom soup. And thank me later if you use this recipe just the way I've done it. It was so yummy. So for dania or coriander, you can decide to put or not. Dania is always meant for garnishing and also bringing out that last taste in your food, because we do not overcook dania. We just let it simmer for some time, and then for a minute or less, and then bring it out. So for me, I'm going to eat my soup with rice, some kales, and some mushroom soup. And that is it for our meal today. So if you have watched this video till the end, please you can let me know also how you prepare your mushroom soup. I know there are so many ways people prepare their mushroom soups. You can also drop your comment down below. Let me know also what to add, what not to add in your soup. And that is it. So thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. So I will see you in my next video. For now, it's bye bye.